Hello mathematicians! Welcome to Math Monsters, and in today's video, you will learn how to solve some word problems with ordinal numbers. Let's zoom in to the first word problem. Ordinal numbers. Here's the first word problem. Kate was standing in the middle of a line of children. She was ninth from the front. How many children were in the line? So, we know that Kate was in the middle of the line, which means that there isn't an even number of people in the line. That's one thing you can easily find out, because even numbers don't exactly have a middle, only odd numbers do. So it says that Kate was in the middle, and that she was the ninth from the front. But really, how many people were in front of Kate? Including Kate, there was 9 people. From the front and to Kate, there was 9 people. But, how many children were there before Kate, excluding Kate? That would be 9 minus 1, because Kate is just one person. 9 minus 1 equals 8. So there was actually only 8 people before Kate. So if there was 8 people before Kate, then there would also be 8 people after Kate because she was in the middle. So 8 plus 8 equals 16. But what about Kate? You need to add 1 to 16. Because they're asking us how many people were in the line in total, not how many people in the line excluding Kate. So 8 plus 8 plus 1 equals 17. I hope all of you got 17 as the answer. There are 17 people in the line. Let's move on to the next problem. This may be a little trickier, but I'm sure you'll get it. Sarah was the 4th person from the front of the line. See? There were 3 people in the middle of Sarah and Mike. Mike was the 5th from the back of the line. How many people were in the line? Let's count. So we already have 2 people, Sarah and Mike. Let's put that aside. And there are 3 people in the middle of Sarah and Mike. Let's put that aside too, and let's add them. We get 5 people so far. Now let's add the rest of the people. It says that Sarah was the 4th from the front. But actually, how many people were in front of Sarah would be 4 minus 1. Because Sarah is one of the 4 people, but we only want to see how many people are in front of Sarah because we already counted Sarah. There are only 3 people in front of Sarah because 4 minus 1 equals 3. So let's add 3 to the 5 we had in the beginning. 3 plus 5 equals 8. So we have 8 people so far. Now let's come to Mike. So it says that Mike was the 5th from the back. He is one of the 5 people. But actually, we only want to find out how many people were in front of Mike. So we would need to subtract 1 from 5, because Mike is only one person. 5 minus 1 equals 4. We had 8 in the beginning, so now let's add 4 to 8 to get 12. I hope you all got 12 as the answer. Bravo to all of you who did. Let's move on to the next problem. There were some people in a line. Frank was 9th from the front. See? And Olivia was 16th from the front. How many people were between Frank and Olivia? This might be a little tricky too. Don't start subtracting 16 minus 9 right away. Why is because you need to remember that Frank and Olivia have to be excluded. Because you are only trying to figure out how many people are between Frank and Olivia, not how many people are there in total. Frank, Olivia, and the people in the middle. You only want to find out how many people are in the middle. This time, Frank and Olivia are 2 people. So that means you can subtract 16 minus 9. But then you would need to subtract 2 from that answer. 16 minus 9 equals 7. And 7 minus 2 equals 5. And why didn't I count 9 or 16? I wrote 9 or 16 because Frank is the 9th and Olivia is the 16th, but actually it's Frank and Olivia. Why didn't I count Frank or Olivia? Because the question is asking us how many people are between Frank and Olivia. If I counted Frank and Olivia, the answer would have been greater than the correct answer, which is why we subtracted after we subtracted 9 from 16. So that means the answer is 6. Let's move on to the next problem. A total of 19 people were in a line. Susan was 5th from the front of the line. Oopsie. Susan was... Okay, sorry. So Susan was 5th from the front of the line, and Rachel was 4th from the back. Excuse me, sorry. So, how many people were between Susan and Rachel? Here's the diagram for this question. 19 people are in total. Oopsie. Okay, so 19 people were in total. And Susan was 5th from the front. That means there was only 4 people in front of Susan. And Rachel was 4th from the back, which means there were only 3 people behind Rachel. So, there would be 4 plus 5, which would be 9 people we already have. And then, we would need to find out how many people were between Susan and Rachel. So here we have 5 people, and here we have 4 people. Okay, so there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means you would need to subtract 9 from 19 to get how many people were between Rachel, and Susan. Okay, let's reveal our answer now. The answer is 10 because 19 minus 9 equals 10. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you all learned how to solve some word problems with ordinal numbers. See you next time. Bye!